Hey everybody, it's Jim with Triple J Bricks. Welcome back to another video. Today, I'm starting yet another project. I know. I, I- Let me explain. So I have been working on kind of slowly transitioning the shelving space to be all either vintage or older sets that I've been collecting. And so I have this pirate one here. I can't remember the number of it, but I picked this up on Facebook Marketplace. It was missing a few pieces. I have since acquired them on Bricklink, and the only thing that's left is Pirates of Barracuda Bay. And so this project is kind of a detour, but at the same time, it's not, because this really needs to get done. What I wanted to do is, I talked about in a previous video, I talked about taking this apart and just kind of bagging it up. However, I never had the Barracuda Bay, or I'm sorry, the Deep Sea Barracuda pirate ship from the 80s. I never had that set. And I talked about it in the set where we put this together. Ignore this. This is a wall panel that has to go up there on the King's Castle, but I'm just leaving it here to remind myself. But I built this, the Renegade Runner. So I never had the Barracuda Pirates of the Caribbean ship. So what I've decided is, instead of taking this down, is I'm going to transform it into the Deep Sea Barracuda, which is the ship. So you kind of build the ship a little bit here, right? Like you can see the sails and stuff. But I want to actually turn it into the ship itself, which is a feature of Pirates of Barracuda Bay. So we're basically just going to ditch the bay and pull up this part, pull up those other parts, and then kind of put them together. And there's a little bit of extra stuff you got to do, but I am going to transform this, and then we're going to display it that way. And so while it's not technically a vintage set, I think it'll still look really cool, and then I don't actually have to take it apart. And then everything else I'll just probably part out into our inventory. And this will remain probably on this shelf here. So yeah, so I'm going to dive into that, and we'll take a look at what it looks like. And it's complete. Yeah, there's still some height issues. There was a height issue with Barracuda Bay, or its other form as well, but I really love how the ship looks. I just got it up on this shelf, finally in a position that's going to work somewhat height-wise. So I'm not going to take it down, but there we go. It's full sails. It looks really cool. I love it as like sort of the first display piece that you kind of walk into. But yeah, I mean, space is always kind of an issue in our current studio space, but you know, we just got to work with it. So basically, I wasn't able to get the pirate flags at the top. That one I also moved, and I have it slipped. If you can see, I have it just splitting the board there, and it's actually not putting too much tension at all between the masts, but they just fit. If I had both masts in between, it was too straight on, and then I wasn't able to kind of get anything else in there, so I wanted it angled. It is coming off the shelf, but I don't actually mind that too much. It looks kind of cool. It's very foreboding. And then I have the Renegade Runner behind it, which obviously you can't really see very well, but yeah, I may need to make some adjustments on that. But it definitely takes up a lot less space than I mean, this is essentially how much space. Actually, I slid this over. This, when it was the island form, here's the island form, by the way. Down here, all the remnants. But it took up so much of this space. So now it just takes up that. And I can put our channel member bricks right there. Maybe another small thing. I don't know. I gotta use as much space as possible, but that will probably sit there. Maybe the Renegade Runner will actually move. I might move that one up here, actually, because I was considering putting all the pirate stuff here. Yes, actually, that's what I'm going to do. I talked through that. This ship has to be down here, though, because of the height, and thankfully I was able to get it working for the most part. So yeah, maybe something else will go over here. That's going to move as well up over there, and then we're going to put some of the larger old castles right here. I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that stuff as well, but yeah, I think now I'm just kind of rambling, but I think overall it looks really cool. It's such an impressive ship, and it's so big. I think it's actually a little larger than the original set from the 80s, but you know, someday if we ever get our hands on the original, we will display that one as well. But wanted to show that to you and kind of give you a little update on the display it's not ideal, but we needed this much clearance space for when I wanted this much clearance space from the shelving to this area so that we could work on, have our medieval scene down here. I'm packing a lot of stuff in this room. Definitely a lot of stuff in this room, but we're going to make it work. But overall, really, really, really love how it looks. And it was actually pretty simple to put together too. So I'm happy with it. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this video. We are starting to clear some of this space out, and I feel pretty good about, where we're going to be able to get everything on here, hopefully. We'll have to kind of make some adjustments as we go, but it's always a work in progress. So now I got to get back to all the other projects that we have to work on. So many things. This place is kind of a disaster right now, but everybody, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But until then, remember, keep on building. Jim, out.